Hello crochet lovers, it's Diane here and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make this slouchy beanie. I've made the pattern as simple as possible, so this video will be great for crochet beginners to make a beanie. Yes, even with all the colour changes, you can do it. It's made with 5 different colours of double knit weight yarn, so I think I'll be wearing this right into the spring as it's light and colourful. Obviously you can make this in any colour combination you like, and it's a great project for any leftover yarn that you have. If you'd like to join in the fun, then just press the subscribe button for more crochet delights. Hi guys, so before we get into the tutorial, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that's subscribed, commented and liked my videos. It means so much, so thank you so much. I've been crocheting for a number of years, but I'm new to the YouTube platform, so your encouragement is amazing. So thank you. I do hope you enjoy this video of another slouchy beanie, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Today we're using 5 different colours of double knit yarn and a 5mm crochet hook, and select the colour that you want to make your ribbing. First of all, start by making a slip knot. Put your hook through and tighten up your slip knot. Now chain 6 plus 1. Plus 1. Now starting with the second loop from the hook, so not this one, but this one. Put your hook through, grab your yarn and pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's a single crochet. Hook through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And keep doing this all the way along your chain. So it's a single crochet in each stitch along your chain. So for row 2, you chain 1, turn your work. Now starting with this first stitch here, if you look at the top of your stitches, you've got a loop there and a loop there. We're going to work into this back loop. So put your hook into the back loop only, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. We'll do that again. Put your hook into that back loop only, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now keep doing that along this row, putting in a single crochet into the back loop only of each stitch. And don't forget this last stitch here. Chain 1 and turn your work. And we're going to repeat that row for the length of your ribbing of your hat. So looking at your chain here, you'll chain into this second, you'll make a single crochet into this second chain, but in the back loop make a single crochet into the back loop of every stitch along the row, and don't forget this last one again. Now to keep your ribbing nice and straight, to make sure these edges stay nice and straight when you're starting off, sometimes the edges you might find go a bit wonky. The best way to make sure your edges stay nice and straight is to always make sure you have 6 stitches. If you remember in the beginning we chained 6 plus 1. The 1 is for turning chain. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just see that little stitch in the corner there. You always make sure that you've got 6 stitches on each and every row. Your ribbing band will stay the straight edges. So continue now, putting a single crochet in the back loop only, making sure you have 6 stitches on every row, and repeat this row until your ribbing reaches approximately 18 inches. If you want your hat to be a little bit looser, make it 19 inches, but this ribbing will stretch. So repeat this row until you measure 18 inches, and I'll meet you there and show you what to do next. Once you've finished crocheting your ribbing, should look a little something like this. Then we're going to sew the 2 ends together so it makes it into a circle. So keeping it nice and straight, bring the 2 ends together like so. Now using a slip stitch, we're going to sew the 2 ends together. So keeping your hook in this loop, push your hook through the top of the stitch, first stitch on one side, and push through level on the other side, like that. Then pull yarn over and pull all the way through, and then all the way through that same loop, and that's the slip stitch. Then put your hook into the next stitch on this side and then push it through level on the other side. Grab your yarn and pull it through, and then pull it through there. And do this all the way along until you've sewn the two ends together. And then chain one and turn your work inside out, and there's your two ends sewn together. Now what we're going to do is put a single crochet stitch all in each stitch all the way around your ribbing. So put a single crochet in there, put it in each space, all the way around. So carry on putting a single crochet in each space all the way around. Keep going all the way around until you get back to the beginning. Once you've got back round to where you started these single crochet, just here, what you need to do to join is slip stitch into your first single crochet, which is here. Put it through, and that just pulls everything together nicely, just like that. So we're finished with this colour now. So to finish off the colour, do a single crochet and pulling up a little bit of wool like that, so that we can sew in the ends when we're finished, and then cut that off and pull that all the way through. Just tighten up that little knot there. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with our next colour. this case, I'm going to be using the white, and to join, I'm going to put my hook through there and just hook the wool onto your hook and pull it through like that, and just to keep it nice and simple, we're going to just join by just tying it a little knot to secure it. This is one of the easiest methods of joining different colours for this project. There are other ways to do it, but we're going to keep this project nice and simple. So put your hook, let me see if I can bring the camera in a bit nearer. So put your hook back in that same place where you've tied the knot. Grab the yarn and pull up a loop. And chain 2. And what we're going to do, these stitches that we've just created here, we're going to work what is called a half double crochet. So yarn over, put your hook into that first stitch, grab your yarn and pull it through. Then you have 3 loops on your hook. Then you yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet, and we're going to do that in every stitch all the way around the top of this ribbing. So put your hook into the next stitch, grab your yarn and pull up a loop, and you see you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and again. And keep going with a half double crochet in each and every stitch all the way around. And I'll just show you. You're going to crochet all the way around and around, around till you get to here, and I'll show you how to finish this row. Okay, so we are at the end of this first round of half double crochets. I'm just finishing off the stitches, the last couple of stitches. And to finish off, we're going to slip stitch into the top of this chain 2 here. So put your hook into the top of that chain 2, yarn over and slip stitch through to finish this round. And for this pattern, I'm going to do 2 rounds in each colour. So we're going to do another round in the white. But before we start the next round, what you'll find is helpful, as it's going to be the same colour, you use a stitch marker. you can get these stitch markers. These are really handy and fairly inexpensive, and they're very handy for all your crochet projects. I'll put a link in the description below where you can find them. So using your stitch marker, just pop it through that loop there, and that will help you when you're coming to the end of the round, so you know that you've got to the end of the round. So row 2 of your half double crochets. Now what we're going to do is chain 2, and we're going to half double crochet into this next stitch here. Put your hook in, pull up a loop, so you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. That first one always a little bit tricky. Then yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So we are putting in a half double crochet into every stitch again, all the way around this second round, just like this. So keep going with your half double crochets into each stitch, all the way around until you get back around to your stitch marker. So here we are at the second round of the white colour. I'll just finish up the stitches again. The last stitches, one in there, and we are back to where the stitch marker is. So take that out, and to finish off again, we have here is the chain 2 that we started the round with. So put your hook into the top of that chain 2 that we made at the beginning of this round, and that will pull it all nicely together like that. Now we have finished with the white colour for now, so we're going to finish this colour off. So yarn over, pull through, pull up a little bit of wool so you can sew in the ends, which I'll show you how to do in just a second, and snip that off, pull that through, there we go, and just pull that down nice and tight. Now what you really, because we're changing colours quite often, you might find helpful is if you sew in the ends as you go. So just thread your darning needle like that, and just weave, oh sorry, let's get on camera here. Thread your darning needle like that and weave the needle in and out of the stitches. Keep it in the white part there so it doesn't stand out, and then just kind of go back a little bit to sort of double back just to make it nice and tight. Pull it snug like that and snip that off. So obviously there will be a few ends to finish at the end of the project, but that is the round of the next colour. So we are going to start with the third colour. So, and in this case I'm going for the pink. So same as before, find a place near the back of your hat and push your hook in there to attach the pink yarn. Pull that through and tie a little knot. Put your hook in that same place that you put the knot and grab your yarn and pull up a loop, and then chain 2. And the pattern now is exactly the same as these 2 rows here. So we're going to half double crochet into that next stitch, just like so. I always find that first one a little bit tricky, but take your time, it'll be fine. Yarn over, find your next stitch and make your half double crochet in there, and the next stitch, half double crochet in there, and continue with your half double crochets all the way around. Now, going to repeat these 2 rows. So if you need to rewind this video to see how we do these 2 rows again, if that's helpful, then do that. And don't forget to use your stitch marker to do the 2nd row. And I will meet you when you've done another 2 rows in your next colour, and I'll just show you one more time how to change colours. Okay, so here we are at the end of the pink rows. And as usual, to finish the round, slip stitch into the top or the 2nd chain of your chain 2 you do at the beginning of the round, and that is the end of another colour. So we're going to change colours again. So just do a chain and pull the wool through and snip off that yarn there and pull it through. Cinch that down nice and tight and sew in your end real quick. Kind of helps the process with there being so many colour changes and less to do right at the end of the project, obviously. So sew in your ends like this. And just snip off your wool like that. So you have ready to add the next colour. So next colour we're going for here is, just find the end of my wool, is I'm going in with the brown colour. So finding a space on the back, put your hook in, hook the wool over your crochet hook just to pull it through, and then tie in a little knot, not too tight, just enough to secure it. And then putting your hook into the same space that you put your knot, grab your yarn and pull up a loop, and then chain 2, and off we go again with our half double crochets. So put your hook through, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, yarn over, hook through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through, and again we are going round again with the half double crochets all the way around. Again with each colour I'm doing 2 rows of each colour. So continue now with your next colour. Now for the length that you want your beanie to be, for a slouchy beanie, if that's the effect you're going for, you really want to make this 10 inches or longer for a nice average slouch. I'm going to go ahead and do this until it measures this way 12 inches, because I'm making it nice and loose and a nice slouchy beanie. So continue doing this half double crochet for 2 rows in each colour, and keep going, changing your colours as you go until you have reached the height that you want your beanie to be. And if you're following along exactly, I'm going to do mine for 12 inches. Okay, so when you've finished crocheting the length that you want your hat, you've finished off the end of your last colour. What we need to do now is we're going to pull the top part of this hat together. Now it's probably the best way to do that is to turn the whole thing inside out. And we need your darning needle, and you want a length of yarn that's ideally the same colour that you finished in, and using your crochet hook attach with a knot, and on the other end thread your darning needle. And quite simply, we are going to weave in, and let me just bring that in a bit closer. Weave the needle in and out of that very top stitch. You can pull your yarn as you go. But keep it quite loose. So weaving the needle in and out of each stitch. And we're going to do this all the way around the top of the hat until you get back to where you started. And of course, put in a stitch marker if that will help you to know when you've got to the round to the other side. So keep weaving in and out around the entire circumference of the top of your hat. So I've got around to the stitch marker and I'll put the last stitch into the stitch that has the stitch marker. Take your stitch marker out and I'll just check that we've got, yeah, all the way around. Now, I think if I bring the camera out slightly, what we do now is very gently start to pull this piece of yarn, and you see the hat starting to pull together. Try not to pull too hard, don't want to snap the yarn. Just nice and gently pulling it in and in. Gentle tugs. Now you're going to have a little bit of a hole, but we are going to use our needle to sew this hole together. So not sure if you can see this. Try and get it as close as you can, and then we're going to go across with our yarn, pulling the hole together. That's it, pull it like that. Just thread the needle in through need to do this a few times just to close that hole up. So keep weaving across that little hole, securing your hat, top of your hat together. And to finish off, make it nice and secure. Thread your needle through, creating a little loop, and pop your darning needle through there. Bring it through and put it through again. Make it a double knot so that and then pull it nice and snug, and then just weave in your end like so, and snip off your wool, and then turning your hat back the right way. There you go. We have another slouchy beanie. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it's been helpful and easy to follow. If you've any questions at all, please put them into the comment section below. I'd love to hear what crochet projects you're working on at the moment. And take care, and I'll see you next time.